What if the greatest loss of freedom in the West happened not with tanks in the streets, but with quiet rules written in offices far from public view? The curtain on open speech draws tighter every year. What once stood as a core right, the ability to speak, to question, to disagree, now faces careful, steady restriction across the Western world. Look at Europe. The Digital Services Act, passed in 2022 and fully enforced in recent years, gives the European Commission sweeping power over what can and cannot appear online. Large platforms face massive fines, up to 6% of their global revenue, if they fail to remove content labeled as hate speech, misinformation, or a risk to public security. The definitions remain deliberately broad. The pressure on companies is clear: remove more, ask fewer questions. This is not limited to Europe. Major American platforms facing the threat of those fines often apply the stricter European standards globally. Content that would be protected under the American First Amendment is quietly limited or removed for users everywhere. The European Union is effectively exporting its speech rules to the world. Canada moves in the same direction. Discussions around similar online harms legislation have circulated in Ottawa. Proposals echo the European model: greater platform responsibility, faster content removal, and broader definitions of harmful material. The pattern spreads. The United States resists more openly. Figures like Vice President J.D. Vance and FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr have called the DSA a form of authoritarian overreach incompatible with American traditions. Yet even there, pressure grows through cultural norms, corporate policies, and indirect influence. This is not about stopping true violence or direct threats. Those have always had limits. This is about expanding the forbidden zone. Opinions on immigration, gender, climate policy, cultural change now risk being labeled dangerous and removed from public view. The mechanism is elegant. No single law bans speech outright. Instead, platforms become the enforcers. Fear of punishment does the rest. When speech grows more expensive, fewer voices speak. When disagreement carries risk, fewer dare to disagree. When the middle ground becomes dangerous territory, society polarizes further. The West once claimed to be the champion of open debate. That claim grows quieter with every passing year. The old principle was clear: better to let 10 wrong ideas exist than to silence one right one. Today, many prefer safety over that risk. The question remains: how long until the last uncomfortable truth disappears? Not because it was disproven, but because it was simply no longer allowed.